Yo, welcome to Hard Pass. I am your host, Jacques Slade. Today on the show, we've got Maya Moore getting some much-deserved sneaker respect, Cooper Flagg signing with New Balance, Puma and LaMelo Ball doing their best DJ Khaled, another one impression, the week's hottest sneaker drop, and of course, a Hard Pass. All right, let's start the show like we always do. Here's some hot takes. So, Hard Pass has an after show. That's right. We figured there wasn't enough content on this channel and during the week, so why not triple the runtime of a typical Hard Pass episode and convince co-writer, aka Juan Martinez, to finally show his face on camera. Here's a quick teaser of what you can expect on the show.
Yo.
Yeah, that's super corny.
Here's a detailed look. Here's a more detailed look. Here's an extra detailed look. Here's an on-foot look.
I'm only making enough wings for one person. That's me.
I feel hurt, man.
Yeah, and well, I'm sorry that I hurt you.
Anyways, go check out Too Hard, Too Pass. The first episode is live and new episodes will drop every Tuesday. It's also available on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and eventually other podcast platforms. We're trying to get those worked out. Leave 5 stars, give us all the good reviews, put that energy out there as we grow this thing. Thanks. We appreciate you guys. All right. So, Hard Pass favorite DeMar made a couple of sneaker headlines this past week. First, there was his appearance on Jeff Teague's Club 520 podcast, where he once again talks about why he doesn't tie his shoes as tight as maybe 99.9% of people who play basketball at a high level. And then during Mamba Day, he revealed one of his all-time favorite Kobe sneakers and its co-writers, Juan's favorite Nike Kobe of all time. He's not a secret anymore, folks. And it is the Nike Kobe for Argentina PE that pays homage to Manu Ginobili. Okay, first things first. DeMar's story and the reasoning behind not tying his shoes so tight is kind of wild when you consider there aren't any examples of someone getting knocked out with a flying pair of Kobe's through the years. I mean, I don't necessarily tie my basketball shoes super tight either, but I'm not a multi-time All-Star and Olympic gold medalist. The athleticism gap between myself and DeMar is un poco. Meanwhile, the Nike Kobe for Argentina has become Juan's new Nike Air Penny 1, and he will use this platform to demand that John Donahoe release these as long as DeMar is cool with it. Obviously, DeMar was in San Antonio, and being a huge Ginobili fan played into the making of the PE, so it's understandable if maybe he would like to keep that sneaker for himself and the handful of people who work at Nike who got their hands on a sample pair. But man, that baby blue suede paired up with the gold, so good. Speaking of sneakers that none of us will ever get a chance to own, Slam lifted the curtain on the story behind their Nike Air Zoom Generation collab to celebrate the iconic magazine's 30th anniversary. As told by a friend of the program, Nick DePaula, this friends and family exclusive Zoom Generation is the callback to LeBron's Slam issue number 78 cover and his first magazine print ad, the one with the lion. It's filled with details that superfans of King James and the Zoom Generation will greatly appreciate, including the placement of the swoosh on the collar, which was the original design as drawn up by another friend of the program, Aaron Cooper. Lots of friend usage in that segment. Wonder if that's meant to be a hint to anybody at Nike or Slam. Just saying. Anyways, congrats to Slam on 30 years. We did a segment on the magazine a few weeks back, and keep on being ahead of the curve. And you know my address, guys. Please. Congratulations are in order for one of the WNBA's greatest, Maya Moore. She had her jersey retirement this past week, and among the gifts that she received was a trunk featuring a Jeff Hamilton jacket and gold versions of the Jordans she wore for her 4 WNBA championships and 2 Olympic gold medals. To nobody's surprise, some unserious people had something to say about the sneaker selection, as they were not the hyped Jordans that you might expect someone of Moore's caliber to be rocking. Now, this is the part of the program where I should say something to the effect of, yeah, of course she's not going to be wearing Bread Ones or whatever the big retro was in 2013 when she won her second ring in the W. She's wearing the best performing J's for her feet that also happen to be available in stores for fans to buy. That's the job. But I'm too classy for that. I'll just say that Ray Allen's very cool sneaker trunk for his Hall of Fame induction was filled with J's that people don't care for in 2024, save for the mismatching 9s and 11s. Shame those are green and gold and not just, gold. But you didn't hear people trashing those J's. Let's just appreciate Moore's accomplishments, what she meant to the W, and the generation of girls that she inspired to hoop, including someone who should be revealing her Nike deal and a potential signature shoe any day now. Like, Seriously, Nike, what are we doing here? Don't make us bully you again like we did to get A'ja Wilson that signature shoe she obviously deserves. Maya Moore deserved a Jordan signature shoe, but as was often the case, she was ahead of her time. Cooper Flagg has made the intelligent choice and signed with New Balance. Get it? Because intelligent choice is a New Balance slogan and Flagg is... Yeah, I have no idea about his actual smart. Kids with a 4.1 GPA should know better than to go to Duke when UNC is just across the street. But this is a good move by the rising star. According to the brand's press release, Flagg is from Newport, Maine, which is a short drive away from New Balance's factories in the state. And he says that when he was younger, he would go with his mom to the Skowhegan factory's tent sale and buy sneakers. See, highlighting personal anecdotes like this is genius. Flagg is already building a connection with the audience, and framing him as the local kid who made good creates the type of loyalty that can transcend for years regardless of whether Flagg stays with New Balance or moves on to another brand. A lot of people had Flagg going to Nike since he was signing with Duke, a Nike school, and has worn Nikes and Jordans for most of his ascension to potential #1 pick in the 2025 NBA draft. I feel like this swerve could end up being the best thing for Flagg in the long run. At Nike or Jordan, he would be overshadowed by athletes who are just starting their signature shoe journeys and already pros like John Morant, Devin Booker, Sabrina Ionescu, Caitlin Clark, A'ja Wilson, Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, Zion Williamson, and Victor Wembanyama. Come on. We know a big signature shoe is coming. At New Balance, though, Flagg will probably garner more headlines than just about anybody on the roster besides Kawhi Leonard, and if he delivers at Duke, a signature shoe by his rookie or sophomore year in the NBA is definitely on the table. And even if New Balance ends up being a 3 to 4 year stopgap and Nike, Jordan, or Adidas throws a huge bag at him, he'll still be in his early 20s. That's plenty of time to build a signature shoe line that rivals what a Kevin Durant and a Damian Lillard built at Nike and Adidas respectively. But now comes the hard part where Flagg has to show his high-level play against Team USA wasn't a fluke. The next few years will prove whether or not Flagg and New Balance made the intelligent choice after all. Luxury brand Loro Piana and New Balance are teaming up for a super premium take on the 990 V6. Not gonna lie, didn't know about Loro Piana until this story, so I decided to look up the sneakers they sell, and yeah, they definitely sell and nail the luxury sneaker look for sure. And by luxury sneaker look, I mean they've got kicks that look like Sambas, Kill Shots, Hoka Trail Runners, and NMDs from 2015, but are crafted with top-notch materials and cost 4 digits. So while I will never own a pair of these, my hope is that they are the most comfortable pair of New Balances ever made because, brother, they don't look that much different from your gray 990s that seemingly everybody rocks now based on those pictures. Ye has fired designer Steven Smith. The apathy in my face is just so palpable, you can feel it. Guess that phone vehicle went nowhere, huh? Look, according to Smith, Kanye has, quote, lost his mind, end quote, and, quote, has surrounded himself with toxic C-grade losers, end quote. Again, the shock in my face knows no bounds. Anyway, fans are hoping for a New Balance comeback as Smith designed some of the brand's most enduring franchises like the 574, the 996, and the 1500. I mean, when you've got a resume like his, it feels like he can call his shot and work wherever he wants. And Smith seems to feel the same way because he says he's in a very happy place with it all and that he will certainly be a priceless asset at the next gig, and falling out is Kanye's loss and a result of his foolishness. Just mind blown by all of this, you know? Wow. Who could have seen this coming? Personally, a move to a brand like On Running or Hoka or Salomon would be interesting to me as those brands are on the rise. It could maybe use some 997 or Wave Runner energy. Just please no foam vehicle energy. Man, that thing felt like it was a decade ago when in reality, it was 2022. What is time anymore? Puma has revealed the MB-04 and man, we're doing this again, huh? What I mean by that is another year of it's the same shoe, or you're not fooling anybody, Puma. And I gotta say, I'm kind of in agreement with the people on this one. If you put the MB-01, 02, 03, and 04 side by side, it's obvious that these are 4 different sneakers. The MB-01's aesthetic begins with something we can all visualize with the flames shooting down his ankle, and each successive model becomes more sublime, more abstract, and not from here, which is one of LaMelo's catchphrases. However, from a distance, the general shape of the silhouette has remained the same, which leads people hand-waving away all of the changes in the upper and tooling and performance tech. It would be like if Nike followed up the Air Jordan 1 with the shoe that became the Air Jordan 1.5, and the Air Jordan 3 looked like the Jordan 312 Legacy. And it also doesn't help that Puma has insisted on releasing retros and low-cut versions of the MB-01 just a few years in. For all of the praise the MB-01 got when they first released and how they were so forward-thinking and striking at the peak of LaMelo's popularity, we haven't had a chance to miss them because Puma won't let us. That's why when you walk into a Foot Locker or a Puma flagship store in the near future, you are just as likely to see the MB-01 in full display right next to the brand new MB-04 and the MB-03s that are now on sale. Now, it might be obvious to the sneakerhead eye, but it's very confusing to the general consumer and LaMelo Ball fan who wants the latest from their idol. And look, this could be a case of us shouting at the sneaker clouds because Puma has all the sales data to back up their release strategy. Maybe it makes sense to them to keep the MB-01 in circulation because the younger fans don't care and just want whatever shoe LaMelo is rocking now or a few years ago. And silhouettes like the LaFrance, LaMelo's lifestyle sneaker, is what moves the needle. All I would hope is a switch up from the silhouette's overall look for the MB-05 in a dramatic way, like how the Nike Kobe 3 gave way to the Kobe 4, or how the Reebok Question begat the Answer 1. Oh, and keeping it on the Puma side of things, I bet they weren't too pleased with the models that were chosen to be part of the sneaker brands category on Jeopardy. Hey, wait, what do you know? I made it on Jeopardy before sneaker brands. Interesting. Anyway, while Nike and Adidas got instantly familiar with names like the Air Force One and Stan Smith, Puma got lesser known sneakers like the Speed Cat and Drift Cat on the board. I'll be honest, I had to look up what the Drift Cat was. Throw in a Clyde or a Suede. Don't use any of LaMelo's sneakers though, unless it's a Zoomer week on the show or something. Let's go with our pick of the week. It's the Nike Kobe 8 Protro in the Lakers home, the Lakers away, the red and white, the navy and white, the gray and white, all different colorways on the September 6th for $180. So, John, make more Kobe Protros. Donahoe is giving us more of what we want in the form of multiple Kobe Protros dropping on the 6th. While it's not the high energy hype colorways that some people might prefer, this is actually a barometer to see how much of the sellouts of Kobe sneakers has to do with them being limited. If they're not limited and dropping in colorways that are not hyped, will they still sell as well? I guess we'll just have to see what happens. All right. It's time for this week's Hard Pass. We're going to take a look at something in the culture that just needs to go, like our apprehension towards the Nike and Lego collaboration. Mainly because this isn't about you or me or the Lego freaks. It's for the kids. Last week, the two iconic names in sport and play respectively announced a huge partnership that will begin in 2025. What that means is unclear at the moment. So let's take part in the rampant speculation and set our expectations way too high, only to be disappointed when it's just an Air Jordan 1 Lego set announcement. Just kidding, of course. But a Lego Air Jordan 1 set that's going to resell for more than Jordan 1s these days, guaranteed. All right, so let's break down what we know about the partnership so far. We've got a teaser video that tells us absolutely nothing other than the announcement of the collab, we think. It's tiny Lego-ized dragons, ducks, goats, and a Pegasus mixed with digitized Nike products like basketballs, shoeboxes, and the Nike Air Max DN. If Nike and Lego didn't tell us anything else, I would think that they were making a history of Nike set since ducks are symbolics of Nike's origins in Oregon. The Pegasus is a reference to the brand's longest running sneaker franchise, and the dragon, I mean, who doesn't like dragons? Now, I've seen this comment about the possibility of classic Nike sneakers getting the premium Lego treatment like the Adidas Superstar Lego set or the wearable Ultra Boost that comes with Lego bricks from 2021. Another theory is that this is a teaser for Nike integration coming to Lego Fortnite, a spinoff of the popular game that does the metaverse better than all those crypto bros who wouldn't shut up about their digital real estate from a few years ago. Nike's already in Fortnite. It would only make sense for them to pop up in the Lego version as well. It'll probably work out a lot better for Nike than their jump into Roblox. Oh, you do remember that? Well, we looked up to see how it was doing, and it turns out Nike Land shut down a few months ago. Wow. See my face? It's just as shocked about this as I was when I found out Kanye fired Steve Smith. As interesting as those guesses might be, and they might still happen, it doesn't look like the focus of this collab is going to be on the Lego collectors or the Lego gamers. In the press release, families around the globe could see a series of co-branded products, content, and experiences that combine the imaginative power of Lego bricks with Nike's Just Do It spirit to invite all kids into play and sport. It also goes on to talk about the worrying statistics of kids not getting enough playtime outside and the concerns parents have about their kids not being active. In other words, Nike and Lego want the kids to touch grass. Like I said earlier, this isn't about sneakerheads and Lego adults, which is not far removed from Disney adults, but that's for another show. Starting next year, kids and parents can expect to see Nike and Lego co-branded experiences, products, and content. The focus will be on getting kids active and playing with others in real life. When I think of Nike and Lego teaming up for the kids, I imagine huge activations throughout the country where kids can gather and play in a safe environment, or events at Legoland theme parks all throughout the year. They'll probably hook the kids and parents up with Nike and Lego co-branded gear and produce video content, encourage them to stay active even at home. I can see it being like those camp family experience stores that are in a handful of major malls across the country where kids go through a themed playground. Nike has teamed up with camp in the past, and yes, that came with exclusive merch. A Nike and Lego version of this will likely be larger for sure. What about those of us who have kids that have outgrown Legos or are childless cat sneakerheads? What does that mean for us? Well, again, it's possible we're going to be shut out of this collaboration. It sucks, but it's totally possible. No retro of the Nike Bionicle shoe, no Air Jordan 1 Lego set that's going to resell for thousands of dollars like they're the 2007 Millennium Falcon, no dunks with Lego bricks for lace dubrés, but if there's enough demand from the freaks, I mean, this is a multi-year partnership, so I wouldn't be shocked if there was something for us in 2026 and beyond. Just don't count on it just yet. All right. That's going to do it for the show. Thank you guys for watching Hard Pass. I'm Jacques Slade. I'll see you next week. If you'd like to possibly be featured in a future episode, call us at 818-493-9325. Leave a short message or your socials if you want. No more than 30 seconds. All right. I'll see you next week. Peace.